You might have a bit of a concern if you go Phoenix now, just with the lack of stuns on Motivate. You'd be putting a lot of emphasis on the Conquer. Of course, you do have the last pick, the 23rd pick, that can maybe help
10
out with some of
seconds
your
remaining.
stun issues, but Motivate, they do take
5 seconds remaining.
a hero that Patriots have really liked out of their hands, but I feel like
Dire
there's probably
team
something that they wouldn't have gone for anyway. And there you go, you got a clockwork. Got to be happy about that one.
I am for sure. Wonder how they're going to lane this as
Radiant
well, because I
team
really
ban.
wouldn't hate to see this clockwork be played as a 5 alongside the Razor, just to be able to assist with preventing any kind of
Dire
TPs
team
out.
ban.
Like this is the aggressive lane that I was
Radiant
looking
team
for
ban.
in the previous games, right? Razor plus anything that's able to go for kills is very devastating in the laning stage, and I feel like a Doom and a Visage can do absolutely nothing to be able to stop it. The Bat Rider, I was kind of expecting it to come through for Mamang Dire against the Conquer.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know, like it's really weird, right? Because it
5
doesn't do
seconds
anything to
remaining.
end the game early on. You're still relying on this last overall pick, and I suppose Patriots do have that last pick for themselves, so it's not going to be as big of a deal. But I'm just trying to think as well, like what carry do you want to pick into a Conquer and a Razor?
First, I'm just quite surprised they banned the anti-mage. I wonder if they're protecting MG.Trust's hero. Like, I don't know if it's like a Sand King or something like that.
Yeah.
Because we are looking for Motivate's hero at the 23rd, so Legion's been banned out at the moment. What do you feel like are the flaws that Motivate have?
Honestly, I don't really hate too much of their draft. Like maybe they're a little bit too single target focused. You know, static link, Tidebringer, of
10
course, AoE, but
seconds
X Mark is
remaining.
going to set up for that. They're lacking in stuns, and Clockwork only really locks down one
5
person.
seconds remaining.
So there's nothing, I suppose, really keeping people again within an enclosed area right now. So something like a Mars honestly wouldn't be terrible for Motivate.Trust if they wanted to pick that one up. Means
Radiant
Doom has
team
nowhere to
pick.
go, Grim has nowhere to go, Bat has nowhere to go. Visage, once he gets his Aghanim Scepter, he can, but makes it a little challenging before that point. I wouldn't hate to see the Mars.
Okay. I think it definitely brings the lineup together nicely. Just
10
helping out with some of the
seconds
control
remaining.
issues so Razor doesn't get kited, a little bit of team fight, which they were currently
Dire
lacking.
team pick.
And they're going to go down the Lycan route, though, for Motivate. Okay. Man, you... Let's see, what's available as a carry that can you just pop on the front line and help prevent the Lycan?
10 seconds
Harry
remaining.
Mars? I don't know.
5 seconds
Sven?
remaining.
But you don't want to Sven into a Razor. Gyro? Don't hate Gyro this game.
I want to...
If Lycan's running at you, just flat cannon. If they run at you, just call down.
I don't think
I
this.
think
I don't think there's a perfect pick because I want to melee with the Grimstroke, but I think if you go melee, then like static link is always going to be an issue. You
That's
want
why Gyro's good, right? You can
Yep.
be that hybrid.
well, sure, he doesn't use the ink spell, but yes, he's someone who can sit in front. They go down the Naga. Oh,
Good. In the laning stage, you can ink swell, right?
all right. So
Anyway, not a factor anyway. Naga.
this is a very good Naga pick. I think you just song as soon as a static link is out or a shapeshift is out, you instantly cut the combos in half, and now it's makes it very difficult for Motivate to be able to utilize this. I mean, you're going to have to go early BKBs and pop them like as soon as you get the abilities used. So they don't deal with illusions very well at all. And it can also set up perfectly for Monk Die to get him, stack up the sticky, for the Soulbind into Doom combo. So it's also something that Jikroy, I'm almost certain, did run in the group stages. It was a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I really like it for Patriots.
I think it's good. I mean, you mentioned the Song of the Siren counter, but you do have Kunkka and Razor, two heroes that love to go that early BKB, so they're at least going to have that as being able to still be effective in a lot of these team fights. And This is one of the few games where Pugna Shard is actually very good because it's not like a PL where you could just doppelganger and then instantly have a bunch of extra illusions. No, if you kill those Naga illusions, they are gone, at least until you've got the next use of the illusion ability, which of course has a much longer cooldown when compared to someone like the PL.
Well, you do get to see KMP onto his beloved Lycan, level 30 Grand Master. But do they have the lineup? Do they have what it takes to be able to send us to a game 3?
I think they might. I think they might. I think this is probably a little bit Motivate favored in my books. I don't think the Naga... Like, you've got a Conquer that can respond to the Naga Siren. You've got Plasma Field, which can be used to respond to the Naga Siren a little bit. You've got an aggressive lane against this Doom Visage pairing, which is going to be pretty effective. They don't really have too many ways to deal with Lycan at this stage. Like, none, basically, outside of the Grimstroke. So just focus Grim down, and then you should be pretty happy. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in Motivate. I really want to see him get that shard on the Pugna. I never thought I would hear those words leave my lips, but I think this is one of those games where it is actually really valuable.
Bro, why are you gonna be a Pugna Shard hater? Come on, looks dope.
Because it's bad. It's bad against like everything but 2 heroes in the game.
Just speaking a bunch of rubbish, honestly. Try our best not to listen to you as much as possible. And I think this is one perfect example. Ag Shard onto the Pugna is a exceptional item. Let's go TNT.
All right, what's we got to pass the Amar test here. Did you hear the Amar test that they were talking about at the major?
Remind me.
So basically, during the after show, they were talking about how Seb was saying, "Oh, we could maybe play this hero." And the Amar test is basically he asks you to bring up your hero, says what level is it, number 1, and 2, what's the win rate. And if it's below what he deems satisfactory, you're not playing it. So, what's your Pugna one? Come on.
Okay. Wait, hang on. I've got to make sure no kills go down.
There's no kills happening. I got my eyes on it.
Stats. My win rate. It's a 43%, and so yeah, 7 wins. What was the other one? What 43? Level 5.
Well, you are not allowed to speak about Pugna.
What's yours?
I'm fucking gold, and
Hang
I'm
on,
like,
what the hell? I can't be dropping words like that. Wait, what? 50? Yeah, nah, not good
52.
enough. Not good enough.
Better than yours.
It's not really saying much.
Exactly. I think you could do it. I think this is a good shard game, and I want to see it. I'm gonna go Motivate.
The battle
You?
begins.
Patriots. These Naga is gonna win them the game. I think it is a dope Naga. Oh, we cut off. Alright, so we'll see how this one is able to shape up. Yeah, no, I like the Naga a lot. I think it's something that can prove to be a bit of an issue with the song, just able to reset. It's also able to set up a lot for their team fights. I know you said that I don't deal with the Lycan Wolves or the summons very well. It's kind of similar to Motivate and not being able to deal with the Naga illusions at all. So a bit concerned in that route. I feel like you can really just delay the game with Jikori sending illusions down the lane and get to a stage where you should always be able to find your items and come online as well. This is a cool play though from Tigger. We're going to try and block off Jikori and UK as they're entering from mid to top. Jikori, the illusions now will be okay. So, well, they're going to have to TP all the way up there.
It is annoying, Clockwork, to be able to lane into this though. Like any kind of illusion hero, he hates just because the battery assault is going to be nowhere near as effective.
A sour note.
I do think this mid matchup is a bit difficult for Gacha Boy as well. Okay. I guess the X is nice. But I feel like this is a lane that Milmung Dai should be able to get a decent amount of out of, and then we'll see how it can go from there. Gacha Boy can always go back into the jungle. Of course, he is also a very good conquer player as well. What is going on in the chat?
I have no idea. They're like typing out their previous voice lines, I think. Like the nice you think you good from Gotcha Boy.
Okay.
I think Gotcha Boy will be fine. Like level 3 is probably when Bat can maybe try and go for a kill, but just the one value point in the X marks is going to be plenty for him to be able to survive. Kind of surprised at how much harass KNP has taken on this bottom side. He nearly goes down.
Oh boy. Well, we spoke a lot about it in the first series about kind of wanting to have an aggressive lean into the Visage. Do you feel like they have that with the Pugna and the Lycan?
No, I was honestly expecting this to be a... I know KNP is a Grandmaster, but I really feel like Razor plus probably the Clockwork, to be honest, would have been the better way to do this.
TNT might go down. Soul Assumption. Why does it do so much damage, man? Ugh.
Don't worry, it just means that Raindrops are going to get even more value once they pick them up.
Hopefully it's 3 minutes, right? You can get Raindrops? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Hopefully 3 minutes comes up speedy enough for them. Sure. But yeah, good start for at least for them down bottom. Top lane, UK. Soul is going to be picked off. Tigger and Mastros together. So whenever Jikri is not nearby to be able to kind of eat the Battery Salt, mini stuns with the illusions, and always Grimstroke's going to be in a very tricky position. And we kind of have seen Patriots. I mean, they have really liked the offlane Razor. It's something that honestly Delore has looked best on, and overall Patriots have looked really good when that's in their lineup. So now they have to go against it.
Yeah, and I feel like this bottom lane is going to be... It's going to get gradually easier and easier for Motivate's lineup as well. Like, they've only got the 1 point in the Netherward so far, but I really want to see him looking to max that one out as opposed to anything in the Decrepify or any more in the Netherblast. It's just got so much more value for them this lane with how frequently they want to be spamming out that Soul Assumption.
Among Dio, does he consider the dive? Still got a little bit of duration left on the Firefly. Among Dio gets the kill. He will not have the capability to buy it back like we saw in our early series. Not enough gold, but of course, it is not even required as there are no creeps. Not many creeps as well for the experience. We're like, we both saw that buyback. Hang on a second, what's going on?
They'll both get back to the lane. I mean, it's the sort of kill. He did have the point in the X marks, but it just didn't work out for him. It was good positioning by Mamang Daya, making sure to just walk left and right as opposed to up and back.
Gonna be
Dire's structures are fortified.
even
Oh,
start.
Mamang Daya mid lane.
Oh, again. No. Gotcha, boy. X drag back. He's already used the flame break. Nice torrent as well. And then Mamang is going to take a little bit more damage to the tower. It was necessary. Does force a rotation out of mid, so it is going to leave the Lycan now solo. Top lane, Tigger. Gonna take some damage here. Battery Salt, they're turning to Mass Shots with the help of the creeps. So, well, Mass Shots, he's doing the chunk of damage over to the Grimstroke. So gonna be able to respect Jikroy. Cloak's gonna hold them back. One more right click. Tig actually might tick out to the creeps. It's gonna be okay. Does he have the movement speed advantage? No, it looks like Jikroy does. And the Naga Siren is finally able to swipe away that kill. Beautifully done.
Gotta love base 330 movement speed on Naga Siren, don't you?
Yeah, at least it's not a coddle, I suppose. That guy'd be zooming around everywhere.
How are these other lanes going? I mean, outside of the death, the first blood given on the bottom side, feels like things are going all right for KNP here. He's been able to open up a little bit of a net worth and experience lead over the Visage. It really just is all around that Netherward, right? As soon as he hit up onto level 2, you suddenly couldn't just spam out your abilities. And it's going to go even more in his favor. Second point in the Netherward now. Much more uptime. More of a spell damage reduction too. So should be very happy with how things are going here for Motivate.
What are we expecting in regards to itemization
for the... Hold that thought. Top lane, Jikroy. Inkswell is going to give them the buff to be able to reposition. They might turn with the bonus damage to try and kill off UK now. Cuts to the trees. But Tigger can tank the tower. Oh, what's going on? Jikroy, he's got to respect the damage as well. Plasma field back up. Jikroy's going to juke it for the moment. Among Dire looking to clean up though. He's got the lasso if required. Gonna try and drag him closer to Tigger. Does he get both? No, just gets the one. A nice attempt from Among Dire.
I don't know what Jikro was doing there, though. I mean, that's the position where the support's like, bro, I went and died so you could live, and then he just ran straight back in.
TNT might be... Well, he will be solo killed by Lim. Scorcher's still got decent time. He's got the Chain Lightning back up as well. Just trying to juke throughout the trees, but not going to be... Did he sell? I think he solved.
He did. He did.
Conkers? Okay. I thought Gotcha Boy was going to connect down bottom with the haste, but... Using this one to catch up to the creeps.
Falling a full level behind here is Gotcha Boy, of course, as being subject to that solo kill in the mid lane, and of course Mamang Daya able to secure that one on the top side. Even be able to get rid of this Observer Ward if he moves a little bit further forward. Of course, it's night time, so he doesn't quite see the fact that they've got this one up here in the mid lane.
Are we anticipating Patriots lineup to be a little bit more passive? Or are they going to get active as well? We actually see Gotcha Boy top lane. Drops the combo. Grimshire is going to eat this for the moment. UK will be an easy kill. I imagine Jikroy is going to try and clean off the creep wave and get out. Maybe even killing off Mastros for the moment, but Jikroy stuck around for a little bit too long. Has the song a very early level in it for Jikroy. Oh, it doesn't have a TP. Uh-oh.
Tigger wants to go for this dive here. Oh, he went for the cleave there with a Tiebringer. Not going to quite land there, but UK at least gets the salve off. I mean, this lane is not going well for Naga. She is at the bottom of all the cores net worth.
Oh my lord, that was way too close. Almost getting KMP with the, again, the spam of the Chain Lightning and that Soul Assumption. So KMP has to use a defensive shapeshift, that first one of the game. And now this is going to give bottom lane for free. They've got the Catapult and the Familiars, so a very easy tower for Patriots.
In terms of passive versus not, I would probably say that I want to see Patriots actually... I mean, they need to kind of match the aggression from Motivate, in my eyes at least, right? You've got this Tranquil Boots up on Lim. I really want to see him go into the drums and then the Boots of Bearing. He might even have caught out KNP here.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah, never mind. He'll be able to get away. But
top lane though. UK, one more right click. Tigger finds it. Deals with the Phantom. Drops the Rocket Flare. He will again end up going down. Jikro's got plenty of movement speed to be able to close the distance. You'd hate for the tower to get the last hit. And that's not going to be the case. So nicely done of them among Dire. Gonna be a bit cautious, or does he? Gotcha Boy's gonna close the distance. An easy kill to the Pug number, but the burst fall from Gotcha Boy stepping in. They should be able to get a rebuttal. Among Dire has a Fairy Fire to still be able to work with, and UK showing up as well. So the Inkswell will hold back Motivate. They're going to turn for UK instead, but not enough damage solo with the Static Link to be able to get a way to rectify the fight.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't use the Static Link that little bit earlier, just wanting to get that +1, but at this stage, unfortunately, doesn't quite have the movement speed to be able to catch up. So Mastros missing out on a very valuable kill. Again, we emphasize the importance of having those Black King bars up super early for Motivate.Trust's lineup going into the Song of the Siren. Very important that you don't just have a lot of your early aggression able to be countered just by one single push of a button.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Loaded to the gills.
Among Dire's had a very good start though for the Batrider. 3-1-1, top of the last hits. Sorry, top of the net worth, I should say. And he has his Boots of Travel now completed, so Batrider will be able to get very active across the map.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's going into the Wraith Pact, it seems, on the Visage here for Delul. Don't hate it. What I was saying before was I wanted to see the Doom go the Boots of Bearing, but it feels like... I do appreciate the fact that he's going for the Blink Dagger as well. Feeling like they are lacking a little bit of
Dire's
that
top tower is under
that
attack.
initiation aspect, especially if you're able to, you know, blink, stomp the Razor, get the Doom off before he's able to use Static Link.
Them's going to be in a bit of trouble here, I think. Can't really man-fight the 3 points in the battery cell, so Tigger gets a solo kill. Among Dai will turn this one back around, but he doesn't have to
Dire's
use any
structures
ultimates or
are
nothing like that. So,
fortified.
yeah, Among Dai is going to be pretty happy for that. But, yeah, Tigger's doing very well on the clockwork. 5-3-1. They're also going to give up the T1 mid as well. So, KMP, top of the net worth. We saw him. He wouldn't give up any kills down bottom. I'll hold that thought as they run into the Naga Siren. Jikroy, oh, the timing goes back into the boat. So, he's not going to get a whole lot of distance away. And KMP, with this shapeshift, should easily be able to close the distance. They've got plenty of time with this wolf. As Jikro's getting no help. No one's coming to protect the Naga. Maybe with all the armor early on is enough to keep him alive. They need some crits. They need the damage. Jikroy,
The
where's the
multi-shot.
lads? No one comes at all. It's going to be Among Dai once again. Lasso dragged back into the TP location. So he gets 2 for the price of 1. But again, you do not protect your carry Naga.
Yeah, and his courier just recently went down as well, which had the Yasha recipe on it, so that would have provided him the extra movement speed that he needed to be able to get out of that. Just little mistakes that snowball into being so much more. At least they were able to get a bit of a turnaround there with Mamang Dyer and Delul able to pick off the Pugna and the Kunkka.
Yeah, well, they're going to get Masteros as well. Inkswell should be fast enough. Oh, that was like millisecond timing. I heard the sound cue of the TP going off, but not going to be the case as Mamong Dai mega kill streak. And I'm concerned because this is quite a good Batrider game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it becomes... It's already a good game. It becomes an incredible game once he picks up that BKB, right? Because you won't have the X mark potential. You won't have the other abilities to be able to just keep him held in place. Like, it's just all about having that to be able to either avoid the Kunkka or man fight straight into it once you've got that key item.
Radiant. A lot of stacks for themselves by their own triangle. They've got a couple of the Ancients as well. Naga should be able to farm up relatively shortly. Even the Batrider, if you want to give that over to him to further enable Mamong Dai, but probably not required with the start that he has had. So how are we expecting the next couple of minutes to break out? Is the side that wants to be a bit more active than the other?
I mean, they're so close to being able to pick up the Helm of the Overlord here on the Lycan that you would have to imagine that it's probably Motivate.Trust that are going to want to make the first big play after that point. You're still a little bit away from the key timings that you've got here for Patriots. Like, Mamang Dai is making his own stacks, he's getting close to that BKB for himself, but he's not quite there. You don't quite have the Blink Dagger, you don't quite have the Wraith Pact available for Delul. So you would have to assume that Motivate, they're going to be the ones that are hitting these big timings just a minute or so sooner, and that might be the difference.
Yeah, all eyes on Motivate with they're able to find these timings and more importantly how they're able to convert with these timings. That's always a big thing. Yes, you can get these items, but to be able to use them perfectly, Scarcha is going to try and attack over the Ancient stack to get closer to the BKB. He's falling a little bit behind on the Conquer. 1, 2, and 2 at the moment here for Gacha.
Dire are scanning.
Of course, the hero is able to catch up relatively well.
Radiant's bottom tower.
About to say, you got to make sure you don't get them too low, these ancient creeps. KNP just finished up his Helm of the Overlord, so he's been able to take an ancient granite golem, but it's already at about a third HP, so gonna be a little bit of time until he's able to regen that one up. But that is the first key item. I mean, Kunkka with that big stack, 400 gold away from the BKB, and it feels like once he's picked that one up, they're just going to feel so secure in being able to go for some kind of map grab, let's call it, on Motivate.Trust side. They've already got the mid and the top tier 1 towers. They can feel pretty confident about that. They're just going to go straight on to Roche, feeling very confident that their vision is superior around the pit, and, well, they're correct.
Yeah, they got the lane shoved out as well. Mid shoved out, top shoved out. It's going to be very difficult for Patriots to read that this is going on.
Just trying to spook him a little bit with using the rocket into the dire triangle.
is under attack.
Of course, they would have been able to see the direction that it came from in general from Tigger, but won't be able to stop them from taking that Roshan. 15 minutes in, Motivate claim the first one.
Beautifully done. This is huge for them now. You're gonna have BKB at the same timing. Like you said, the Helm of the Overlord, so all things clicking. I mean, you'd love to have Masteros with his BKB, but you know, you're probably not requiring that to be able to convert into this tier 2 tower they are setting up for now.
Healers is going for a Radiance on his Kunkka.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay.
It's nice against the Naga.
Structures are
The
fortified.
burn against the Visage Illusions as well. Sorry, not Illusions, Familiars. Very nice. They've already forced out the use of the glyph here, so what's the positioning going to be like on Motivate's side? I'm
Radiant's
really looking
bottom
for
tower is under
Tigger's
attack.
positioning in particular.
See how they start. Mamangdai is going to step in to try and get rid of TNT. It's a big kill if they can get rid of him before the Nether Ward is dropped. But meanwhile, oh my, the Conquer gets blown up. And now with the Soulbind holding back the Lycan, he can't enter the fight. A beautiful engagement for the side of Patriots, but now with the run buff, providing them an extra sustain for the moment. Masteros still going to be cautious. No BKB to protect him. He enters the middle, and he'll be penalized for that. Patriots looking for more. What can they get? And meanwhile, Mamangdai into the backline will be keened off thanks to
Oh,
KMP.
Tigger wants that last hit. Get the last hit, Tigger. Go on.
Dire's top tower is
Let's
under
go.
TP, my friend, get out of there.
Tumbler's toy, Tumbler's toy.
No way. Oh, he got the ensnare.
Oh, feels bad.
Hashtag worth.
A sour note.
Lycan took a lot of damage from the Batrider.
I'm surprised how quickly Conker died. Like, I was watching the top side of that fight with the Pugner. He did get the Nether Ward down, but they dealt with it very quickly. But, I mean, just the fact that you were having someone die so quickly with zero involvement from Batrider. Like, this was a BKB near top of the net worth Conker. Like, it's probably not something that should be happening.
Also, I mean, that was just a really messy fight. You got Lycan summons everywhere, bunch of illusions, familiars, I don't know, crazy stuff going on. Hard to keep track, but in the end, tier 2 tower goes down, you lose the Aegis advantage. You do run into Jikroy, but all of a sudden moving 472 thanks to the whip on the back. So Jikroy is going to take the top of the net worth and working the Accept next as well. So it's going to be a very good way to deal with the Lycan charging and even the Razor charging soon with the BKB.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you always want to make sure that you've got that ability to have that BKB piercing disable. Right now, they have essentially none outside of the lasso, so that's another way to nicely have it. Now, I don't want to say that he's definitely buying it, but he's saved up 12.5
Hookshot?
100.
I think he's going to run into UK. I think you just got to get out of your Patriots. Shapeshift has been committed. Maybe they can actually stand their ground on the higher ground as Jikroy. Pump faking the song. Jikroy is going to be a bit cautious here. There we go. Song used defensively. Do they want to stick around? They're lacking the resources. So yeah, they're just going to look to TP out. They don't have the hookshot to cancel any of these. Then we'll just evade away from Tigger.
I mean, all they really need to do on Patriots is not fight next to Netherward and fight, like, just kite away from the Netherward, and you're generally pretty happy, right? Because then Soul Assumption's going to have so much more value, Batrider's going to have so much more value.
Among Dial?
Could go for the lasso here after the X marks, but doesn't look like it.
You were saying something about... Oh, hold that thought as... Oh, they ran into Jikroy. Soulbind not into Masteros. They get the double doom. Onto the backline, but where's the fault? Mamangdai's going to try and step into the fight. Beautifully done. The combo's out. Masteros didn't have the damage to kill off Jikroy. It will have 161 damage stolen to get rid of the Grimstroke's life, but they're going to continue to chase him down, making sure there is no way he can TP out. Even gets a Cory for good measure as well, but yeah, they don't have anyone nearby to be able to answer this call as, I mean, Razor still a difficult person to kill. Masteros making them work for it, because meanwhile in the river, Mamangdai almost solo kills KMP, but TNT just the nick of timing with that life drain.
Not even solo, that was a 2v1. Or sorry, a 1v2. Batrider nearly got that kill 1v2. And, you know, I was kind of thinking, like, where's TNT in all of this? I really feel like they could have potentially gotten the kill onto the Naga Siren if the Pugner was backing up. the Razor and all of that, but it wasn't the case. They were able to get chased down. They're going to lose a bunch of their vision as well. And again, the wheels just seem to be coming off here for Motivate.Trust. They have all of the tools, in my eyes, of being able to take this game out, but they just seem to go away with what's good about their lineup.
Yeah, I'm again going to mention I'm very concerned when Jikro gets his Scepter that their ability to be able to just run down one hero is going to be very limited. As top lane among
Oh, he's got it.
Force out a BKB boat from Gacha Boy, but the rest of Radiant starting to connect to top. Hookshot's going to be on the mark. You can always BKB off, but the Tirebringer from Gacha Boy will be able to go through the magic immunity. Beautifully done from the Conquer. Azeros, I
thought he might be a little bit further
It's
behind.
going to
Gacha Boy.
UK. BKB used aggressively. UK's going to try and TP out. A couple more seconds. Not enough. I sit on from Azeros.
To me, though, all these BKB usages are,
Radiant's bottom tower is
I
under
guess we could call it wasted, right? Because you've got the Ensnare,
Dire's
you've got the
middle
Aghanim
tower is
Scepter, its
under
duration
attack.
is 5 seconds, and most of these BKBs are down to, what, 7, 6
Radiant's
seconds
bottom
already
tower
on
is
Motivate.Trust, so
under
just a single Naga itemization is going to almost completely ruin your
Dire's
team fight.
structures are fortified.
Oh my god. Yeah, the Scepter's a really nuts upgrade for Naga. Like, your cast range goes up to a ridiculous amount. There's an 8-second cooldown. The fact that it just goes through BKB is, yeah, I don't know. It's a very, very good Aghanim Scepter. And you're going
3
Skadi.
seconds downtime is
Yep.
kind of nuts
Yep,
against
yep.
a lineup that needs to use their BKBs. So now Motivator kind of forced to use all of their BKBs at once and be like, well, you gotta focus one of us,
Dire's top
take your
tower
pick,
is
right?
under
It's
attack.
kind of like an all-in sort of strategy. He went for the Glimmer Cape on the Pugna. I hate it. Give me the shot.
I mean, the Radiant lineup really don't have good shard carries, so maybe second Roche if they're able to find it is something that they are considering. What's it? This Roche maybe up in about 40 seconds, Radiant. They do have a ward already in the vicinity, trying to make sure they get themselves set up, because it's going to be a all-important second Roshan for the story of this game.
4-man smoke.
KMP on the front line.
Or you catch the like.
Gonna be able to get the shapeshift off before the control. BKB pop, KMP charging toward the middle. Soulbind not really doing much at the moment. Where's the Naga to hold back
Naga's
KMP?
coming.
There we go. There's the ensnare out. Now with the chain control, is it going to be enough? They're surely going to bring him down. No hesitation. Jumping KMP. And all of a sudden, Motive, they're going to get out. You can't continue to take the fight. Lasso in. TNT's gone. Your tower soon to fall as well. They want more blood, though. Among Dire running into Gacha Boy. Got the BKB TP available. Gacha Boy should be fine. Well, the Jikro, of course. I mean, he's got the ensnare, so there's really nothing much that Gacha Boy can do. Long duration, long distance ensnare. Gacha Boy... Oh man, this goddamn Ag Scepter, we were calling it. I mean, it's going to be a big item for Patriots, and it proves to be the case in that fight.
That should almost secure them the Roshan as well. They might just have the Rocket Flare wear off, actually. So a lot of the information is going to be
Radiant's
unknown
middle
for
tower
both
is
sides,
under
but
attack.
Rosh is up now. That all-valuable Aghanim Shard.
Radiant's
You
middle
even look to give it
tower
over
has
to if
fallen.
you were on Patriots' side. I guess the... Two?
The Aegis? Sorry, is that what you were asking?
No, the Shard.
Oh, the shot.
Naga, maybe?
It's a Naga one.
The heal.
Prob-
Like, Dooms isn't great.
Probably. I mean, Bat Riders is atrocious.
Radiant's
Right,
top
here we
tower
go.
is under
Big
attack.
plays set to come out.
I mean, you can
Tigger
just
looking for
song.
the best angle for the hook shot.
Alright, Illusion's blocking. Jikro is going to lead into the middle. Oh, it's a beautiful hook
Great
shot.
hook shot.
Lands onto 2. That's the prime target. They're going to try and song to buy some time, but it's really doing nothing. This is the perfect fight for Motivate. They're going to get the first, lean to the second. But how can they enter the fight now for Patriots? To lose in the middle, not really doing a whole lot of damage at the moment. Patriots are hesitating about jumping in. Mamangdai want to try and prove otherwise, but it will not matter. It's Radiant, they're standing all together. Meanwhile, KMP, considering Roshan, They've got to bring it down pretty fast, though, as the rest of the heroes are starting to fall down. Life Drain, buying them a little bit of time. Team B is going to instantly cancel that one, but the edge is picked up from Gacha Boy. So they've got round 2, but I don't think they've got any damage now left in Motive. They used all of it for the initial start of the fight, so Gacha Boy is going to go down to the illusions, and now they can chase for more. Is Lim on point. War Stomp onto KMP. Still got the BKB, but the ensnare. Is it available? Jikroy still on cooldown for a couple of seconds. So KMP will escape narrowly, but Gacha Boy will not have the same fate. It was looking like a bad start to the fight, but Patriots, proving that they can still take these long, drawn-out fights.
I mean, Delil just has the luxury of every single fight just standing back and just tossing out soul assumptions every 4 seconds. No one seems to be focusing him. He's not all that worried about the Netherward at all. He's been able to clear them out pretty damn quickly, and yeah, it just really feels like he's never the main focus. He's 10-0 right now on this Visage.
Agshard, Wraith Pact, Assault Cuirass, and another kill to add to the tally on Patriots. As that, well, please don't be denied from the Centaur. That will not be the case. As meanwhile, across the map, Tiga is going to solo kill. Yes, well, pretty much solo kill. That help with some of the summons, but yeah, get the kill into UK. Okay, but what are we looking for Visage? Got the drums, more than likely the Butsa bearing.
You love it. Yeah, why not? I mean, just anything that's able to continue ramping you up, and just some old chat, of course. I didn't know, but apparently the Stoneform as well must... I think he had the X marks on him on that previous fight, so he would have actually fallen down to that Ghost Ship combination, but just using the Stoneform with the Aghanim Shard on the Visage ended up enabling him to survive. So really cool pickup there by Delil, optimizing his survivability in a lot of these engagements. So to me, it almost feels like it's going to need it to be a little bit until they pick it up, but do you need an Orchid on Gacha Boy? And just look to try and use that one onto the Visage, you know, pop your BKB super early. He didn't do that thing that I was talking about and have the BKBs all popped at the same time on the team. They were split up a little bit, so maybe that's why they weren't able to just 100-0 pick off a target. Looks like he's going into the Aghanims instead on Gacha Boy, just for a little bit more of that team fight control.
I know we were questioning. We brought up the Radiance a while ago, and it's taking quite some time for Gacha Boy to be able to lead into the second item, so we see how far he's starting to fall behind in regards to the net worth. Well, Gacha Boy is in a lot of trouble here.
Doesn't want to have to BKB.
It doesn't matter. Among Dies nearby, so if he BKBs, it will do nothing, as he's going to jump in with the lasso. A quick and easy kill, as they even want the high 5 as well for the cherry on top. Wow. Their high ground is under siege.
Yep, someone's going to need to deal with this. Kunkka really is one of the few ways that you have to be able to deal with this split push, although I want to toot my own horn a little bit, but they did give the Aghanim Shard over to the Pugna, so he's got that life drain for the illusions. Yes, they're all gone. Let's go.
So Pugna is the priority number 1. He has to die first in these fights. It's really going to shut down a lot of the damage from the Naga Siren.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
See if that's going to be the case. Maybe you can just look to take fights away from the Netherward. Of course, that is always a possibility, but yeah, just kill the Pugna. Makes it easier. Get rid of him.
Eventually, you're going to need to high ground, right? So they're just trying to
Delil.
high ground. Oh, another great hook.
And he's already used the Gravekeeper's Cloak as well, but the rest of the team showing to the party the double doom, leashing the Conquer and the Lycan together. Delil turned to stone, making as much space as possible. Where is Jikroy? They need the ensnare to kite the heroes. No one's dead just yet. And now Raiders, they gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get kills to start the fight. They haven't done that. And now they're gonna be food for the lineup of Patriots. And they're just running rampant towards the backline. They go as Mamangdaya. Still gonna be a bit cautious here. KMP, Flame Break, pushback. There's the first one. He can go dip if he wants to with the second. Not gonna be the case. Oh, maybe. No way. No, it will not tick out. KMP still has the BKB if required.
They popped everything onto Delil there, and he still didn't go down. He's just so survivable at this stage. He was backed up by the Inkswell on top of him to make sure he got that little bit of burst of heal at the very end. Of course, he got off the stone form as well. Even with the static link on top of him, was still able to survive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just showing how difficult it is
Radiant's middle
to kill
tower
him
has
and
fallen.
also some of the other heroes as well. If all the BKB control that Dire have. Oh no, not the Thunderhide. Not 200
Anything but the
gold.
Thunderhide.
Not 250 gold, Masteros. Can we go?
Radiant's top tower
Be
is
careful,
under
that
attack.
ensnare's very big range. Speaking of the Naga, nearly has her Skadi as well.
Oh boy.
Radiant's top
got
tower
it.
has fallen.
Lim is also starting to transition very well. Almost the same net worth as the Conquer. Saw that thought as the smoke. Gotcha, boy. Gonna be in a bit of trouble here. Lasso drag back. Woo! It's a lot of damage from Jikroy. And now they're gonna run into KMP as well. First stun, second stun with the familiar. Beautifully done from Dalul. There's gonna BKB off the ensnare. So forced to use it defensively. Not that you can really use it aggressively in a game like this, but maybe this can set off a higher gun double ensnare. It's Jikroy up the higher gun. There go. They're able to deal with the Pugna. Now War Stomp is in from Lim. They'll get rid of the carry. KP's got no buyback, and now the base soon to be besieged.
Under attack. Radiant's
There's
structures
that buyback.
are
They're going to use the
fortified.
multi-shot to try and push them back a little bit, but yeah, TNT unfortunately just a little bit too far forward for that initial attempt at
Radiant's
defense.
middle tower
That
has
is the
fallen.
longest ensnare I've ever seen in my life, and well, even the Pugna buying back isn't going to push him back.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle
Oh,
barracks.
Dalul's even hitting tier 4s. My
Radiant's
lord.
middle
Why not?
barracks has fallen.
12, 0, and 8. He doesn't care. He's still got 5
Radiant's
charges
middle
of Boots of
tower
Bearing.
has fallen.
Alright, one game away from elimination and one
Radiant's
fight
top
away from
barracks are under
elimination.
attack.
The last hold. See that what they can do without the carry. There's your second full set of barracks claimed. Bottom's getting siege as well. Tigger's going to jump the backline, but a force out. Grimstroke's going to be okay, but the rest of the team, they're in trouble. This Jikroy's onto Garchaboy. Hasn't been killed off just yet. A 2 for 2, but Jikroy now can reign supreme without the threat of the Pugna dealing with the illusions. And it looks like that will be all she wrote. But Among Dire might be killed off from Masteros. Plasma, not enough damage. And there we go. Throne exposed. And
Is under attack.
Motivate will be the second team eliminated from the Pro Series 11.
Well-deserved victory. I'm going to need to look back at that game because I have no idea how Delor was just completely out of the focus of Motivate.Trust for a lot of that early game, right? Like, that is your weaknesses, Visage. You do not have the strongest laning stage, especially if you have someone that's able to get right in on top of you. And maybe it goes well back to what I was talking about at the very start of the game. You know, they laned a Lycan and a Pugna into it. Just imagine how different that would have been if it was a Razor Clockwork instead. No way to get away, just good movement speed, chase him down, and then just don't give your Visage a game. Instead, he doesn't die a single time, has 23 kill involvements, has the most damage on the team, both in terms of hero damage and building damage, and he's still able to provide these utility items like the AC and the Wraith Pack to his team. Like, I really think that it can come down to something as simple as that, just getting the lanes wrong.
Yeah, it's... we kind of saw what happened as well. I think that one big item we were asking about was going to be the Ag Scepter, and as soon as it was completed, it was just very difficult for Motivate to really get anything done throughout the fights. I mean, you were trying to run down heroes, but you weren't able to really do anything. It was a big item to be able to counter out. I mean, you not only had that, you had Soulbind, you had Lasso. I think they... of course, it comes down to a lot of playstyle as well, and I think they did a very good job for Patriots, and this is a lineup, of course, keep in mind, that's growing in strength and also very important for them as well, because they do have some qualifiers coming up shortly for the third tour, for the summer tour. So for them, they are looking good. Also Motivate as well, because they are in a position where they are going to need to qualify. I think, yes, they will. So UDV... No, these lads are now under UDV. They will be playing in some open qualifiers. So we'll see. Hopefully this, for the Pro Series, just a little bit of experience. Seeing, of course, hopefully they have a couple more days to try and scrim, get themselves set up to see if they can qualify for the final tour of the DPC. But regardless, for the Pro Series, that is going to be it for us tonight. We've got 2 teams eliminated. It was Motivate and also the lads on Lil Gun. So yeah, 2 teams eliminated. Tomorrow we have
Is it tomorrow? I think it's not for a few days, actually.
it's not for the few
For
days.
Pro Series.
Yes.
Pro Series is on the 30th, I believe.
Yep. So we are back on the 30th for the Pro Series because we do have the Southeast Asian qualifiers for DPC. So make sure you tune in for them or somewhere. I believe there might be some coverage for BTS. Not 100% certain just yet. But regardless, yeah, we're going to have a couple days break here for the Pro Series. At the end of the day, there are 2 teams eliminated, Lil Gun and unfortunately the lads on Motivate. Their run will be cut short, but we'll see you guys back in a couple of days for more BTS Pro Series 11 action.